What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the West Hobbies RC YouTube channel. Today I wanted to do a little unboxing on the Fusion 270 from Blade. I was deciding, going back and forth on purchasing this helicopter for a couple weeks, about 2 months. I wanted to, find some unboxing videos online and see what other people have really thought, but unfortunately I only found one unboxing video and it wasn't very detailed and it was really quick. So I figured, I pulled the trigger and I said I'll make an unboxing video for anybody in the future that would like to purchase it or thinking about purchasing it, and maybe this video will help you. Let's get started. First thing is first, let's cut the tape. I will say that box art is very nice. Horizon has always done a good job. They've gotten better and better. All their newer stuff has amazing box art. It is a bind and fly. Do a little bit of the back. It does have safe 270mm main blades. Really like the Fusion design. Their lineup of Fusion has been very appealing to me. I know some people don't like it, but I do. First thing is first, we have an instruction manual. Like I said, this is the bind and fly basic version. They used to make an ARF version, but they do not anymore. Typical Blade fashion, very detailed instruction manual, different radio setups, going through everything on, your left and your right, your up, your down, cyclic move, making sure everything moves properly, your pre-flight check. You have all different things for your 636 only, telemetry option, your next gen, your forward programming. The cyclic gains 7210 B-Stack setup if you're using that on an ARF version. This one does not have it. Of course, multiple different languages. And then you have an exploded parts diagram. Very nice manual. Let's set that aside. All right. Their first impression, first look. So far I'm pretty impressed with what I see. Looks like we have a little parts bag here, which looks like it has a couple Allen wrenches, some zip ties. It looks like some fly bar mounting tape, Velcro, a bind plug. I think that is more double-sided tape. Nice little Phillips screwdriver, a couple different size Allen wrenches. I'm assuming 1.5, 2mm, 2.5mm maybe. Set that aside. All right, let's go ahead and pull the helicopter out, and we'll get to the canopy in a second. All right, so far, carbon sticks out big time to me. I like the flat carbon look. Not too shiny, not too dull. It's a nice carbon weave. All aluminum head, aluminum swash plate. Not a DFC head, but that's okay, works just fine. It has the optimized servo geometry. One thing I have noticed different than a normal Blade helicopter that I'm used to, anti-rotation bracket in the front, which is still very nice. A little different. I do like the zeroed out marks on the head. Gives you a reference and an idea. The carbon fiber blades are very beautiful. Nice carbon weave. They look amazing. I like the white tips on them. It looks like you have your battery tray is extended out a little bit, and I'm assuming that is for the CG, run the battery farther out because this thing has such a massive tail. The tail is the first thing that I was amazed at. They really upped their game. They really listened to people, especially coming from the 300. Tail boom's small, tail authority's not the best. They went to a 450 size tail boom, tail housing. I did notice that they have went to a solid cased tail. There's little pieces of foam everywhere. The tail casing is the new design. It is all encased, which is very nice. A tail fin is plastic, but it is painted, which is very, very nice paint. Doesn't look like it'll peel or chip. It's nice and flexible, so it won't break on a hard landing. What I do like as well is the tail is very far off the ground. So for pilots that are flying out of grass, your tail will not hit grass. It is a belt-driven helicopter, which I personally like. I've had torque tube helicopters and all that in the past. Torque tube gear strip, just looking at them wrong. I always liked belted tails, and I'm glad that they're going back to the belted tails. It does have the 3050 Spectrum servos on the cyclic, and I believe a 3060 Spectrum servo on the tail. It does have the 636 safe technology. I noticed it has a metal bottom casing. Not exactly sure why, but I'm sure there's a reason for that. I'm a very big wire clean freak person. I do like how all the wires are very nice and tidied up. Looks great. They flow together very well. Motor looks a little small, but does not mean it's not powerful. Videos that I've seen and the research I've done, it has plenty of power. We're going to test that. It is a 4-cell helicopter, so I picked up a couple of Roaring Top 1370C 4S lipos. I've been wanting to try Roaring Top. I figured this was the perfect opportunity. I didn't have any 4-cell 1300 batteries. I know some people are running 1500s in them. I was going off of weight. Roaring Top is the lightest battery, I believe, at 144 grams for the 4-cell 1300. It was the lightest battery that I could find. So it does have XT60 connectors, which is what I prefer. So I figured E-flite always runs the EC3s, so which is what this is, an EC3 connector. I will just have to cut that off, put an XT60 on it. No big deal. Not a problem. It is running a 45 amp governed ESC. I like that. I like the governed ESCs a lot. It tells you in the manual and the setup on how to do it. Carbon fiber landing gear, which are very strong. The yellow on the bottom, I noticed, is painted, which I like. I know a lot of times it's just a yellow or whatever color sticker that peels off and doesn't look good. I like the yellow painted. The bottom tray is carbon fiber. The landing gear mounts are aluminum, black, all that. It does have some grease put on it from the factory, which is nice. Got to clean off this little bit of foam that's everywhere. It's always on. Not a big deal at all. Again, take a look and see the blade size here. Motor feels good. Blade grips look amazing. The machine work is impressive. Very impressed at the machine work that Horizon's done. I gotta say, Horizon has really stepped up their game on this helicopter. I did notice that they went to a 4-post canopy mount. Sorry. I like that a lot better than a 2-post. It just has such a mean look to it. Very impressive looking. Let's dig out the canopy and get a look at that. There's the canopy. First impressions on this. It is very nice. I really like the paint. I like like I said, the 4-post rubber grommets. Keeps the canopy held on the helicopter very well. I personally always put a drop of silicone oil on all the rubber grommets every, once in a while, every couple months, just to keep them nice, and the canopy comes on and off very easily. I'm very happy that they went to a fiberglass canopy. Coming from a Blade 300 CFX, 300X, and I've had multiple different Blade helicopters over the years. I actually really learned how to fly with a Blade CP, and then went to a CP Pro many years back. I like that they go to the fiberglass. Fiberglass canopies, in my opinion, are much nicer, much prettier, stronger. They don't crash as well, but that's okay. To me, the canopy is the main focal point of the helicopter. I'm the kind of person to replace canopies after crashes, even if they have a crack or a scratch in them, just because this is to me, the prettiest part of the helicopter. The paint is beautiful. You can't really feel any differences between the logos. Everything is painted on. I really like this metallic green that they have in the nose. The fade is just pretty. Good job, Horizon. The canopy looks amazing. I really like where Horizon is going with this Fusion series. I am a very big liker of this design, this style, the landing gear setup. Very nice. The canopy fits really well. Grommets are a little tight. That's all right. Gotta get a little bit of grease on them. But that is just beautiful. Of course, you have your blade grip holder, typical Blade, pretty much the same design they've had forever. The tail is just incredible. I can't get over the tail. I can't get over how big and beefy it is. and you want to compare it to a 300 CFX I have here, pretty much mainframe wise they're the same size forward, but tail wise it's just incredible difference. I mean, it is insane, the size difference between the two. It's night and day. The 300 CFX looks like a little danky tail compared to the 270 Fusion. Incredibles, 450 size tail blades. It is, I think I've said this, but plastic tail grips, plastic pitch slider, fork arm, plastic tail casing, but it is all encased. Same style of 2 push rod guides as the same as the 300 CFX. One thing I personally like more is I do not like boom supports. I think helicopters look so much better without boom supports. So I really, really like that the 270 Fusion has no boom supports. Other than that, I think everything is done very well. It has the optimized servo geometry. Let's pull this canopy back off. We have the optimized servo geometry, aluminum bearing blocks, 3 of them, one here, one down here for the shaft to ride in. Nice big main gear, Healy cut, of course. Everything seems very smooth. No one-way bearing. That's probably an upgrade I'll do. I did it to my 300 CFX. I'd have it done on my 300X. That's in disrepair right now. Tail block mounts are aluminum. Really like that as well. Ball links feel great. Servos don't have any slop in them at all. Very nice. Very smooth. Very impressed. We have the Blade logo on the battery tray. I can't get over just how pretty this helicopter is. Such a beautiful helicopter. Horizon Hobbies, Blade, you did an amazing job on this. The design looks fantastic. I cannot wait to get this set up to my radio and get out and fly it. I have heard of guys that have had problems with tip over. I can see where it does have narrow landing gear, so I could see that being a problem. So I'll just have to be careful with it. I mean, it seems like it would get to a certain point and fall back over onto its gear. I'm sure if you got it too far, yes, it would fall back over. But it seems like it will be okay. If I have to, I'll figure out a different, wider landing gear stance. I know Micro Heli sells some different kind of landing gears, some different styles. But I personally just really like this look. I don't want to change the landing gear. So next will be a setup video. I have to go ahead and get the radio set up. I'll follow the manual for the first couple flights and, fine tune it to my liking. I'm not a hardcore 3D pilot yet. I'm still learning to be better and better, but I'm a pretty decent 3D pilot. So the first couple flights will just be easy flying, and we'll get you guys a maiden flight video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.